Bum, 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 ba-dum, bum, bum. Welcome back, my friends, to BjjBrick Quick. This is your quick jiu-jitsu podcast. My name is Byron. We're working through the 10 Bullets by Tom Sachs. They're interesting concepts when dealing with a shop, kind of a place where you make things. And I found these interesting, and I'm like, well, let's take them into the jiu-jitsu community here, see what we get. Bullet number 6. Sent does not mean received. You say get confirmation. So if you send something, if you mail something, they're wanting a like a signature, that you got it, that sort of a thing. If you're communicating something, they want some sort of confirmation that you've received the communication. And I think of a lot of times if I'm showing a technique and I kind of get into it, I get maybe a little bit too much tunnel vision, and I'm really focused on doing it, correctly, and my training partner's working with me to demonstrate it, and I need to look up more. I need to look at the class more. I need to look at some faces. Oh, do they all have a blank stare? Are they all standing in the wrong part of the classroom to see what I'm talking about? I'm talking about a certain grip, and 2/3 of the class can't see that grip. I sent the message, but it did not get received. This is nice to have students that ask questions. It's nice to have students that have an expression on their face, like, yeah, I'm getting this, or I don't get this at all. That blank stare. I know I've had it many times. They look at me like, well, let's rewind this a little bit. If you don't understand something, and the teacher's wrapping up what they're showing, you could ask, and the whole class gets kind of a recap maybe, and maybe most of the class wants that. Maybe they all need that. You could wait and partner up and ask your partner. If your partner has been super knowledgeable on the first segment of this class, and then this is the next step or progression in the technique, you can probably safely bet that they're going to know what to do here. Those are some options. But as a coach, sent does not mean received. This is the point in the class where we break for the, all right, I showed the technique, or the coach shows technique, break, and everybody goes and does it. And then in like a minute later, everybody look back over here. We didn't get this. I sent the message. It did not get received. It doesn't matter whose fault. Maybe I didn't do a good job of explaining it. Maybe everybody's distracted by something else going on in class. Who knows what's going on? But sent does not mean received. Stop the class. Let's send it again. Let's send it maybe in a little different way. Maybe grab a different student to use as a demonstration partner. Maybe answer a couple of questions. It always seems like, okay, the whole class is doing the same thing wrong. That's for sure an instructor problem. Either you didn't show it right, or maybe you showed it wrong. Maybe you didn't say the right things when you were demonstrating it. Anytime you're going to be teaching something, you're sending information. You can't assume that it's always been received. So Tom Sachs here says, get confirmation. I think we could do that a lot of times just visually as you're walking around the mat, and you're not just teaching technique and then going to your phone and hopping on Instagram or something like that. You teach the technique, you actively watch, and you work with the students, and you make sure that they've received the message. I see this sometimes in tournaments. Coach will say something, and the athlete does nothing like what the coach is saying. That's not frustrating for the coach. Possibly the student can't even hear the coach. If it's more of a beginner student, somebody a little less experienced, they won't even hear you. They're in their own world. They're in a fight. Coach, What coach? What are you talking about? Oh, I didn't even think about that. Sometimes the student will make eye contact with the coach when the message is sent. Boom. Received. Either they can or they cannot do what the coach was suggesting or telling the student to do, but the message got received. This was bullet number 6. If you missed the ones previous, go back and check them out. They've all been pretty fun for jiu-jitsu. Hope you've enjoyed this. I hope you have a great day today. And stay sweaty, my friend.